Hey everyone, I'm Rambo Az, and I'm your co-commissioner for the Firetail League. Let me take this time to explain what we have in store.
We have 6 teams comprised of 36 AUNZ players, all competing for a $1,000 prize pool. The regular season will run over 5 weeks in a round-robin format. Each team will play each other only once, which means you've got to make the most of every match. At the conclusion of the round-robin, second and third will face off for the right to challenge first in the grand final. This is where the best of the best will take each other on to finally determine the winner of the inaugural Firetail League. Each match begins with a turf war. Win that, and your team chooses the first game mode for set 1. The match consists of 3 sets of 3 games. The winner will be the team that wins 2 sets, but regardless of when that happens, all 9 will be played out. This means every game is super important if you want to make it to the finals. Each week, the top players will be voted on by the viewers, the winners taking home some Asus ROG swag. Voters have the chance to win an Asus ROG Go wireless headset with USB connection, perfect for the Switch.
And we are back with our next game. For everyone just joining us now, I'm Rambo Az.
I'm Checkers.
And we've got the Melbourne Maelstrom versus Adelaide, right? Which we've been looking... these are 2 of probably the top teams. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a semi-final or a grand final, because these 2 teams are absolutely ferocious. And our current poll is polling at 51%, 49%.
Yes.
Who is that for?
So Adelaide on 51%.
Okay, all right. Why do you think that is?
I think, well, they had such a strong showing in the first round, taking out Brisbane, who've since gone on to do
bigger and better things.
Yes.
Yep.
And then they went down last week in a very close one with Sydney.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see why people think they're strong. Sydney was obviously one of the teams to beat. They're 1-1, and they've played probably 2 of the hardest teams, I feel.
Right. So... But then we have Melbourne, which is also another huge team as well.
Currently undefeated. Only undefeated team.
Yes. We have no Ladius this round.
No.
I think it is going to be Yoshiko playing the majority of the games.
Yeah, and they need to get Biscuit through as well. Needs
a
few more games. So I think we'll see a bit of Biscuit.
Yes, with Biscuit. And hopefully Cerberus.
Yeah, I mean, they also had... I mean, last week they were probably... one DC issue away from potentially winning that as well.
Right. Just for everyone playing at home, Cerberus is our name for the 3-headed pack of shooters that Adelaide bring. They've got a very tight knit of shooters that kind of just roam around the map together.
Yeah.
It's incredible to watch.
It is, and it's supported by the amazing play of people like Yoshiko. It just makes that easy for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, no, I don't believe there's a Latius today, but there's so Biscuit can take some of that backline role, but Biscuit can also flex to other things like Junior and Zap and stuff. So if they just want to go straight out there and shoot everyone, then they can do that. So it could be a 4-headed dog.
Yeah, woof woof.
But who knows? I mean, Melbourne have been incredibly strong.
Right, and if anyone's going to pick them apart, it's going to be Shock, right?
Yeah, and he's got... I mean, there's a good chance he'll have the range on all of them. So
and speaking of range, who have we got joining us from Melbourne this week?
Oh, right. Yes.
See that segue?
Yeah, it was a blast.
Yeah.
So yes, Solaris going to be checking in for her first match of the tournament.
Yep.
So exciting to see what that does to the Melbourne team. Whether they just go on to continue the destruction that we've seen.
Right. And it's going to be super important. I think this having Sai on the team is going to either make or break Melbourne's comps as far as if her spacing is on point. She is ruthless with that range blaster. She one-tricks it to no end. She knows where she needs to be, right? Yeah. But she needs the paint. She needs the support from the team to get her in those positions. And she needs someone in front of her to hold a bit of the aggression so that she can set up those 2 indirects when they're not on screen.
Yes.
Or not on screen.
So it'll be interesting to see how the how the sort of midline of Melbourne goes against the shooter comp, I guess,
Right.
of Adelaide. If you're right, if they can space them, then this could be
over before it begins.
Yes.
So, look, I want to see a close game 9. I think we're all here to see a close game 9. What do the stats look like to us? That looks like a game 9 to me. We are looking at the same amount of sets won between these two teams. Obviously, Melbourne have taken the victory, even with less games won as well.
Yeah, Melbourne last week they won with only 4 game wins against New Zealand. And the week before they managed to get the 5-4 over Sydney. So, I mean, if we look at the teams that these two have played, they both played Sydney and they were both incredibly close matches. So that hopefully tells us that this one will be nice and close as well. You can see that kills almost identical. Melbourne benefiting from a few more assists and specials, but also they die a bit more. So not too much we can take away from these, but
except that it's going to be a very close game.
Yes,
and these stats haven't been provided with Silaris in the team because this is her first inaugural debut.
It's the big unknown of this match is how Silaris is going to perform and how she fits into this team comp. So could go either way for them. It'll be interesting to find out. And I've been so impressed with the way Adelaide have played together. They seem to be working really well as a team. So we'll see if that holds them in good stead against Melbourne, who top of the ladder, but and have been winning, but maybe not so convincingly. So
right, and so look, let's have an individual look at our team comps and see who we have. Let's clear out what we've got coming in from these previous. But, run me through the teams and tell me what's going on.
Yeah, so we've already talked about Sai. Goizord, I believe, may not be playing this week. And then we've got Lobster, Loose Goose, Pit Viper, and Shockwave. Shockwave has been on a tear the first 2 weeks. Was leading in the KA count, or the Golden Gun, if you want to call it that. As you all seem to want to after we brought that up. But,
you can't just announce different prizes, well, not prizes, but different awards, and then not go through with it.
I mean, it wasn't an award, it was more of a prediction on who's going to have the highest KA. But
anyway,
the
prediction needs to then come true, right?
Look, maybe. Regardless, Shock has been pretty dominant in the first 2 sets.
To no shock of anyone.
Match. No, he's a quality player. Probably brings this team sort of together, but they've been really strongly supported by Lobster and Pit Viper. And then we didn't see Loose Goose last week, but we saw him week 1 go on a tear as well. So it'd be interesting to see how much game time Goose gets.
Yeah.
I think he need to get his game numbers up as well. So Sai and Goose, I expect to see a lot of game time this week.
So Shock is as a call out, is the first Australian player to hit 2,700 XP, right? That's a lot of XP in ranked, and I know we've seen 3Ks and some of the top players in North America hitting it, but they've also got a massive population.
And they're not stuck with Japan. So
yeah, not just 100% versing Japan lobbies. He did an amazing job of that. So congratulations to Shock for hitting that. If he manages to get 2,800, he will take $100 off Gabe. And we all like to see people take money from Gabe. So please,
nothing motivates people more than money, it seems.
Right, from Gabe.
Well, yeah, especially when it's from Gabe.
Yeah.
But we quickly run through the Adelaide roster before we get into this. We've got Biscuit, who we've talked about, needs to get some games in, so expect to see a decent amount of Biscuit today. And then the shooters of Bob Ghost and Cozzy on the CDS. Ladius, we don't believe, is playing today. And then we've got Liam, who's been playing amazingly in this tournament, sort of a coming out party for Liam.
Yeah, exactly. Putting himself on the radar.
Yep, and Yosh does Yosh things. I'll see if we get some Yosh claps later on in the stream as she pops off. So look, let's get into the lobby. I'm sure they're waiting for us again.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, look at that. All in there. The splat in our zones. We're ready for the miniature turf zones to come out. We've got the comps popping out. Silaris is actually coming out, and this is a good warm-up for her, but there are small advantages to bringing a range blaster out into a turf comp. If she can... People can't paint if they're dead.
They can't, and maybe that's the strategy they're employing here.
Running along with that will be Loose Goose, Bob Ghost, Loose Goose, Solaris, and Shockwave. So yeah, Loose Goose, Lobster, Solaris, Shockwave will be Melbourne's comp.
Yep.
And Bob Ghost, Biscuit, Cozzy, and Yoshiko will be Adelaide's comp. So they're deciding to set out Liam to begin with. That's fine. I think Liam is much more aggressive and, not necessarily needed for a turf comp. But it's interesting to see Pitt taking a seat and Goy taking a seat when this could be their maps as well.
So Gabe with the information in the chat, is it true Shock's on holiday and brought his setup just to play this? And Jack saying yes, that is true. So there you go. No rest. No rest for Shockwave.
On holiday.
Yeah, family holiday's over.
I just got to destroy these guys real quick, and then we'll get back to the Serenity.
Shock playing and his whole family crowded around him.
I want a photo. I want to see a photo on our Twitter of Shock set up at his holiday location.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking it's some sort of camping ground. He just kind of brought a generator.
Found power somewhere. His family's probably at the pool or something, drinking cocktails.
Exactly. He's just brought a waterproof monitor. Either way, dedication to the league. Thank you very much, Shock. Look, we know it's hard to block you guys off on Saturdays and Sundays for 8 weeks in a row or close to.
But it's worth it.
Hell yeah, man. You're making a crisp $200 for playing video games if you can win. If you can take home the victory. Otherwise, you get some sweet swag.
And don't listen to him about the $200. It's slightly less than that.
Okay, all right. Look, guys, we're getting into this. Our first match between... we're looking at egg and mayonnaise between Melbourne Maelstrom and the Adelaide Revenge.
So
is it chicken and egg, or is it tomato and ketchup? I've used both of them together.
It looks like ketchup and mayo.
I don't think I have a ketchup and mayo.
No, it's alright. It's their team colours. It's fine. Melbourne in the red.
Yeah.
Adelaide in the, I guess, yellowy
orange.
And a stretch
Shock!
orange.
Deciding he's turning off holiday mode.
And he's taking Pitt's role on the ballpoint as well.
Right. We forget that Shock can play ballpoint because
it's been on Nautilus for so long now.
Yeah.
Oh, and a double there. So Adelaide going to work back into this game.
Biscuit pushing people back with that oppressive Explosher.
And maybe it's the beacons that Shock thinks is useful here for the ballpoint. Otherwise he gets aggressive.
I love that Biscuit clearly painted up that wall just to stop anyone from going up there so that it can feel a bit more safe. And Shock goes up there anyway. Oh, look at all this chip damage. Unable to take out an individual. There goes Loose.
I feel like Biscuit had too many people to choose from there.
And decided to give more damage. There we go.
Too many bickies in the jar.
You got your hand caught in the middle of the jar just trying to pull out 6 bickies at once.
As Adelaide get on the aggression, Yosh has set bubbles off in the spawn. They just need to sort of hold back here and...
We're seeing a swing back between these two teams, which is really good to see. A nice close match between the two of them. Once again, it's going to come down to this last 30 seconds, Checkers.
Yeah, let's have a look at the map quickly. Adelaide in control at the moment. Melbourne trying to work back out. Yosh has gone down, so this might be an opportunity for Melbourne as Shock starts to push.
Bob goes trying to get out, trying to dodge a baller in front, and Ink coming from behind, unable. Loose Goose with the L3.
Yeah, they've gone the double L3 here, so a lot of bowlers.
A lot of ballers. Biscuit was trying to bait Loose Goose dropping off the edge so they could land a few shots, but Loose Goose decided to stay up. If you're not hitting me, I'm not moving.
Popped.
Loose Goose escaping by the skin of his teeth. Unable to get the kill as Yoshiko and the Cerberus continue to run around the map.
As 3 down on Melbourne, you see Shock retreating there.
Shock, probably one of the only capable 1v3 players.
Yeah, and the beacons are going to help out as all 4 of them are back in.
Bob goes taking a dive. Oh, Biscuit getting another clap. I haven't seen Biscuit on Explosher.
This could be
doing very well.
This is danger for Melbourne. They're 2 down.
And look at that accuracy from Biscuit coming out with the support from Bob Ghost.
Yeah, Biscuit having a really nice turf game here.
That looks like Shock's going to be taken.
Just run over.
On the roll, and that was clearly an Adelaide victory. I don't know how anything could happen otherwise. No, it's Adelaide.
Yep, and let's have a look at these scores because Biscuit seem to be doing work there.
It's always good to see
Yeah,
Biscuit and 10, nice. Oh, but look at the kill difference between Bob and Biscuit and the whole of the Melbourne team.
Yeah. Did anyone tell them that the stats of Turf War don't go towards the stats on the website? But yeah, really nice job by Adelaide there. See if it's a sign of things to come. They closed out the space of the ballpoint nicely and just sort of picked off Melbourne one by one. So Melbourne need to work together a bit more maybe.
That's it, and we've just seen a Dr. Prodigy is now hosting us. Thank you so much, Prod. You're a regular on our streams, and we really appreciate everything you do for us. We're just going to give your viewers a good show. A good show.
Absolutely. And Prod, obviously, a winner of the Invitational that we had, our last major tournament.
Which Silaris was on his team.
Correct.
As well. He did have a shout out in his intro video, popping off to Sai, wishing her the best. Just grooming you. You had a hair on you, and I had to pick it off.
Right. You're mid-sentence, and you're like touching my face.
I was so distracted by hair. We're waiting now for the first map and mode to be picked off, so we can decide what the hell we're playing and what these two are going to go. Checkers, what are they going to pick?
Oh, who knows at this stage? I'm still recovering from the physical contact between us. There is the mode for you, so let's hit that button.
Yeah, great. So our first mode for today looks like
zones.
We're playing some Splat Zones, guys. This is I can't tell you who's going to take the win from these two teams.
Yeah, I'm expecting it still to be quite close.
Mm-hmm.
Adelaide, though, I mean, maybe they said, we were really strong there on turf, and zones is, similar. They just played the Splat in our zones.
They did. They've already warmed up
So they're ready.
the zone in their Splats. And we see Cozzy has banned them for the Reef has been banned, and Black Belly has been banned as well. So coming up with our map pick now. As we're looking for some substitutions, we can see that Liam is coming in, and who took a step out for Adelaide?
Cozzy, I believe.
Cozzy.
And then it's Lobsters, Silaris, Shockwave, and we're just waiting for one more to come through, which is Pit Viper.
Awesome, and our first match comes out. It is Schellendorf Institute. This is Pitt's map. This is where there's no charger sitting on the Adelaide team, unless Yoshiko decides to bring one out.
Yosh clap ensuing, but I mean, I don't think Yosh. I think Yosh's charger days may be behind her.
Right.
She could pick out like a ballpoint or a heavy or something. Maybe.
Right, but you don't want to mirror match what Pitt's going to do on top. You just want to dominate.
Yeah.
And Yosh still has that charger. We know she still plays it. It would be an absolute counter pick to get Yosh up on the top, taking out Pitt on that roof, because I know Pitt is a little bit shy when he gets challenged up on that roof.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just laughing at chat. Alzzy in chat is just a treat. And I'm definitely the husband.
All right, I'm happy to be the wife. Oh, doesn't matter. I'll take it. It's 2020. Why can't we be the husband and husband?
We could be the husband and
right?
husband.
So we're doing that in the studio, and you guys are just sitting here watching, waiting. We're sitting at 120 viewers right now, guys. That is freaking awesome. Thank you so much for that. We're now getting a few North American people saying in the UI is crisp. It's a comment we usually get. Our production values is we try and do the best we can. We recently got. We used to be quite humble about this, but now with the team growing, with getting Hess on, getting Ali on, getting some awesome TOs in, and some more commentators, I'm now confident in saying that the stuff that we provide to the community is great. Right? We've picked the best of what we can, and we all do an amazing job.
Tickets on yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I mean, we're trying to bring you the best things we can. We're trying to improve. If you have feedback on the stream, please let us know. We're trying to implement a few more things without giving anything away. A few more things in the next few weeks as we build towards the finals and the $1,000 match, as I'm terming it from now on.
Your $1,000 match. Yeah. Nice. Is that the grand final, is it?
That is the grand final. So, yeah. It's
$1K.
Important to remember all these players are playing for that $1,000 for their team.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, every player in the league has walked away with a crisp,
a Joyzy,
nice jersey with their names on the back and their team on the front. So we're doing it all for you guys, because we're just waiting on a map, and everyone's sort of getting ready. Oh, I thought you were gonna touch me again. I was freaking out.
Only when we're on stream, but we're off camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No touching on camera.
No.
That's a good rule.
Yeah,
Let's stick
exactly.
with that.
Because we have like a mature audience, but we don't just doing the rest of it like this. And so our next match between Melbourne.
No, we're having a bit of fun here, but
right.
There's a serious game of Splatoon about.
And it's going to be a good game of Splatoon as well. It's not just us being, goofs and getting views. We've got some really good quality Splatoon playing here.
Oh yeah, these are some of the best players in AUNZ.
Right.
It's a draft league, so we've mixed up the teams. So they're sort of still trying to build together their comps and which role each player's playing. But
and we've got players here who have represented Australia internationally, have been in the +2 servers. They can stand up to the rest of the world. If we were more geographically located, maybe it would be more acceptable that we play with them. Doesn't matter, we have fun in Australia anyway.
Yeah.
So let's get into this next match, guys. Our first match, Melbourne versus Adelaide. It's meant to be a 50-50. I don't know how this is going to go, Checkers.
No, neither do I, but we see Biscuit come out on the ballpoint and Yoshiko on the fire pin. So we're seeing a double backline from Adelaide. Not something we've seen all tournament.
Yep.
So maybe a bit wary of Melbourne's range. Imagine saying that she wasn't going to pick Charger. What a fool.
How good is this? I want to see Pitt get bullied off the top of that roof. Oh, Bob getting it, using that armor to take out Lobster. Support v support.
Yeah, two of the biggest support players in the league.
And if you look at the stats between Bob and Lobster, they play their role to a T. They're amazing at it.
Oh, nice by Bob, taking out Shock.
Getting that trade against Shock is a key trade.
Unfortunately, the rest of the team had gone down, so that's zone control to Melbourne as Pitt takes up position on the top of the roof.
And you can see him sweating as he's physically looking at Yoshiko over there. Silaris using that range blaster to try and get some directs, realizes the need to back off. Good call by Sai.
So Melbourne's taking the lead here as Biscuit, I believe, has gone down up the top.
And watch this, and as now Pitt needs to look down to the zone,
nice
Yoshiko starts looking to try and take that shot of Pitt. These shots
dancing.
are very close. Pitt has done a very good job staying alive and keeping the lead for Melbourne.
Absolutely. But Yosh putting that pressure on, they're just pushing Pitt away from the zone, so that's really going to help.
Oh, Biscuit almost getting the shots off.
Shot getting the flank though, which he's...
I just realised we were running a double backline comp. I'm sorry.
Again, I told you that.
I'm so sorry. Oh, Shock.
Doing work. But they don't have control of the zone
Inkjet
yet.
coming up, trying to take out some of these backlines coming out here. Yosh needs to back off.
Yosh has done a really good job of bomb rushing the zone there and then backing off and not getting taken out. So it's allowed the team to come back in. No damage done on the scoreboard as Adelaide look to regroup. But they just need to be wary of these shock flanks. They're not looking after the roof as much as they need to with the two backlines.
I mean, that's what Shock knows is the win condition here. Is that they need to be able to hold the roof to stop them from hopping on it. Shock stayed there for a few seconds, but then needed to come back and help the team. There's missiles from the range blaster. You're going to do a really good job on Schellendorf, keeping him out as well.
Yeah, it's just going to push them back a little bit, get them out of position.
Oh, perfect. That is exactly what you want to see from the range blaster. An instant combo that comes from a burst bomb straight into an indirect.
Yeah,
It'll be a kill every time.
The kill time on that second one, though, getting caught out by Biscuit. But Shockwave controlling the...
Someone coming up behind Shockwave. He's got to make an instant kill. Brings out the Inkjet. Trying to get a first kill. Gets the shot. Looking at Yoshiko for the second one. It's going to be a justice on justice. Using the drop roller to get out of strife again. He's done a great job. That was a hairy situation for Shock. He was in a 3v1.
And just waiting for them to take their eyes off him so he can pop out and get another kill.
Takes out Liam.
Yosh
Coming in for Yosh. Yosh dancing around. Oh, Shocked. He's going to get taken out by chip damage. Manages to stay alive. Bobghost getting the kill on Shock. Finally.
Yeah, but this zone is ticking down to 30 already. Melbourne in control, and Adelaide really needed to find a way to get back in here.
Liam trying to paint from a long range. It's interesting watching Liam from I don't feel his positioning is his top strategy. Oh, but he gets the double kill just as I call it to get the flip.
Huge.
Perfect. Exactly when they needed him was he took the kills. That's what he needed to do, right? So he comes in, looks at the side here, and manages to get the perfect picks so they get the zone back. Now we have to see how long they can hold the zone pit, trying to take control of that roof again.
Yeah, well, they're through penalty, so it's only 36 seconds away. As Bob puts pressure on Shock. A nice position there. You can see what's going on in the mid as well.
We have shots coming out. Silaris getting the direct when required. And painting the zone
and
somehow.
Biscuit as well. Is that missiles?
Must have been missiles, yes. So that's the missiles on the roof, right?
Yep. And they've taken the zone back, so they put the penalty on Adelaide, who...
There we go. That what should have looked like a double. Took out Liam. Threw her life to try and get that kill. Yoshiko comes in with the trade.
They've gotten Sai and Shock here, so they're still in a chance. They just need to stay on zone.
They've got to work through that penalty first.
So 40 odd seconds to work through here in overtime.
Oh, and the bomb rush coming out from Yoshiko, very perfectly timed. As long as the two don't get killed from behind. Done a great job at staying alive. The zone's halfway between being flicked. Yoshiko either needs to make a kill or help painting. Unfortunately being retreated and pushed off zone. I know dying wouldn't have helped, but the pressure that Melbourne put just to move them off the zone was enough to take that.
It was, yeah. There weren't... I think they only went 1 or 2 down in the end. But it's just that pressure that pushed them back.
Shockwave coming out with 16 kills, proving that Nautilus out. But what I was really excited about was playing Splat Zones. I'm glad that we are playing Splat Zones. That's what I was really excited about. Melbourne taking out that first win.
Yeah, maybe...
Was Silaris. Back to what I was saying before, was really excited about was Silaris' range blaster. Definitely warmed up, definitely ready to take on this challenge. Just saw some really good picks from there and some pressure that she applied, both to the roof and to the burst bomb combo into the indirect.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. And I wonder if they might have had more success if Yosh wasn't on the charger there. Just because it would have added, an extra slayer. Like you've basically allowed Shockwave to just run riot on the rest of your team, whereas Yosh maybe needs to go head to head with Shockwave, being probably the most talented player on Adelaide. So that's what I think we might see. I wouldn't mind seeing Yosh play pro.
Right. In the same vein,
Squeezer.
Pitt did a very good job of not just shitting the bed and getting taken out by Yosh.
Yeah, sure. And I don't get me wrong, I just feel like Biscuit and Pit up the top could have just been. I mean, that's somewhat even.
Right, the double ballpoint mirror matchup on roof.
And so we'll just call that a draw. But then I don't know what the Chargers bringing on top of that.
Especially because she didn't spend the majority of the time up on the roof.
Yeah, they did a good job of pushing it back. I just
Silaris's missiles, shocks, inkjets.
Yeah, I think Adelaide just missed the kill power of Yosh there on the shorter range weapon.
Yeah. Also, calling out Liam there, I think Liam on a shorter range weapon, getting up in people's faces and the movement and the aim is what drives what Liam does really well, right?
Yep.
And I know personally because when I hop off my clappers or hop off my short range kill weapon and go to CDS, I play a different game. You're there, you're no longer there to kill, you're there to paint and you're there to position. And that's not my strong suit. And I've got a feeling that's it's not Liam's either.
Yeah, I mean, with like range blasters, I don't know how everyone else plays them, but I feel like you want to get close. Like,
yeah,
you can fall into the trap of trying to run away from them and run into their range. I'd like to try and get in their face, but obviously you're at a risk of getting directed. But you're putting the pressure on side to make that shot.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're running away and getting just chipped, like you got no chance of killing.
Right, as soon as you get indirected once, you've got to do something real quick, disengage, or go full in, or that's the end of you.
So I'd like to see them get into side's face a bit more.
Yep. Now this next map, we might actually see that it's Humpback Pump Track, right? So the indirects will work really well in size favour, but some of the zone and the range and the angle in which the blaster, long range blaster hits out, it's a bit of a disadvantage to use a long range blaster, maybe a standard blaster. You know what I mean? Like, so if you're shooting from like the lower of the ramp and you're shooting up, you're not really getting.
It can be difficult.
You'll miss, yeah.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see, but so this would have been Adelaide's map, right? So maybe we'll see Biscuit go back on that Explosher. And I wouldn't be surprised to see some bubbles from Yosh on like a squeezer or something, but again, that could be challenging weapon to play on this map. So
yeah. Either way, we're getting into our next match, Melbourne versus Adelaide. Round 3 of the Firetail League.
Yosh going on the Tetras, so...
What?
Maybe thinks the increased movement will make it harder for the other team.
What?
So...
Is that a Yosh on Tetras? Firstly, I don't know if I personally rate the Tetras as a good weapon on this map. But she might find much more luck than I have, considering she's a much better player than I am.
You said it, buddy. You said it. So Adelaide with the first crack at the zone here, down to 80 already. Biscuit in there, trying to push them back with the Explosher.
Trying to find out where they're coming from. There's a splashdown coming up from the top left that looks like Yoshiko is getting behind him. The bomb coming out from Lobster, just too much chip damage going on. It's a very hectic map mode. And this is where Lobster's going to shine, just lobbing bombs.
Yeah, and they're halfway through the score already. But Shockwave and Solaris starting to get on the zone, see if they can flip it as Pit comes through. And there it is. So 2 down on Adelaide, and the zone goes to Melbourne. So maybe the Tetra's just a bit of movement and trying to spread the attention a bit.
And I've got the colours correct now, so we have Melbourne on orange and we have Adelaide or the Revenge on green. And we're seeing someone's made a call to everyone get around to the side. Sai going to see if she can cause some movement down the corner.
A nice quick cap there. So the zone's flipping back and forth, so both teams have the penalty.
And then we see a jump out coming out for Adelaide as well, as Lobster's trying to move up and get some bomb pressure. Ooh, instantly spotted by Yoshiko and needs to back off.
Looks like Shockwave's gone down, so a chance here for Adelaide to cap the zone. The Booyah coming out.
Not enough.
Doing it.
Look at all the paint coming out from Lobster, doing a great job of holding the zone. Taken out with splash damage from Yoshiko. It didn't feel like it was a direct from the splashdown.
No, I think if he had to jump trying to shoot her, might have stayed alive behind that wall.
And now we watch the other support. Oh no.
Throw bombs.
Yeah, throw bombs.
Bomb rush comes out.
Counter bomb rush to stop Adelaide stop Melbourne from taking that. Ooh, Bob getting the final few hits on Shockwave. It's a
3 there.
great trade, really.
2 or 3. So Shock doing his job for sure.
Yoshiko trying to find out how to get past Silaris' blaster. Sai will know where she's trying to go. You can see she's just fishing for indirects here. Decides to pop around the corner.
Yosh take that shock.
Yoshiko dashing into too many people and then trying to panic splash down at the end.
Yeah, didn't have the support to do that.
It's definitely a classic Tetra play. It's a true combo.
I'm just not sure. It's sad that Yosh is finding that she has to play different weapons. Oh, I think really important zone flip there.
What a flip. I thought for sure that was going to be Melbourne's match. Biscuit coming up and producing a lot of power. A Booyah Bomb coming through. Not enough. Well done, Biscuit. Good job, Adelaide. I think that's going to be a whole nother push that Melbourne have to organise themselves for.
Yeah. Biscuit doing a good job keeping them pushed back.
Oh, bombs coming in to the zone and Biscuit's trying to look after it. The flip comes out. Them holding the zone. Biscuit has to jump out. They have a baller, but interesting time of when to use it. Ooh,
Yeah,
Shock getting a
Fury
few kills
bags.
and a little furious bag.
Liam Booyahs, and they get the cap again. The Booyah and Baller combination, and the 3 down on Melbourne. This is Adelaide's last chance.
And Capro a little bit suited better to Liam's style of play. You know, short kill time, positioning not as super important as aim and shoot.
Yep. And we might see Melbourne come through on the left here because they're a bit stuck on the right, and it's counting down quickly. We're down to 14. Oh, nice pick on
Take out Shock.
They need to
Booyah
paint
comes
through
out. They
Booyah.
need to paint through.
Oh. They died the ball off.
And Melbourne gets a stop. Unfortunately,
Very important.
armor didn't come out, and that looks like it's going to be another Melbourne game. Melbourne taking out Splat Zones.
Oh, it's not quite over.
Oh my god, is it? Oh,
Couldn't quite get the flip. Did that baller not pop out? I heard all the noises and I thought I saw the ball fall, but then Biscuit was gone.
there definitely is some invincibility. No, the opposite. Some vulnerability stages when you start that baller. I think we saw that mixed with maybe a bit of latency, causing the pop.
But yeah, that map is a tough one because the zone flips so quickly on like a Booyah, and we've seen a lot of double Booyah comps in the past. So yeah, a nice by Melbourne, and they take out the first set of Splat Zones. We will play the last of that. As we know, every game matters.
Every game matters. Melbourne starting their dominative push for league lead. If Melbourne managed to win a complete draft tournament, how did we do this again?
I know, right? Because they win all the state of origins.
They win all of it. Melbourne, they've got the state on their side. It must be the state support, right?
Yeah, and how many of them are even... I think there's only one of them's actually from Victoria, being Shock.
Loose Goose is our resident New Zealand player.
Yeah, finally got their jerseys. New Zealand.
Yeah,
So it was
awesome.
Nice to see the pictures
International
going up.
post working.
Yeah. So a long way from Perth to New Zealand. So we're glad that Australia Post got it there. But yeah, we saw all the Rays in their jerseys, and Loose Goose and his Diglett with
Wait,
the shirt on.
that was a Diglett? I thought that was Loose Goose.
Oh, right.
I just figured that.
That's what New Zealanders look like, is it?
Just imagine just a Diglett with a carbon roller.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Loose Goose looks like.
So we've got...
One more.
we got a map. So will be playing the last Splat Zones game on Snapper Canal.
Okay. And this is a pick from Adelaide, hoping that... I'm looking at the 2 other maps. They're all short maps that they're picking. And they've been Adelaide's pick every time, right?
Yeah. We've seen Yoshiko play Charger and then Tetris. It can't be any more different. And I just want to see Yosh play Yosh's weapons.
Right. I want to see a Squeezer, an L3, a T-Tech.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Even a Pro. Anything like that. Nice, quick kill time. She needs to be putting the pressure on.
Right. Shock is undeniably and unforgivingly picking the weapon he wants.
He's worked out how this draft style tournament works.
Yeah,
and
where Yosh is trying to fill the holes in the team.
Correct. But,
in the
Shock
comp.
just knows that he needs to get the kills to enable his team to get the wins, and that's what he's doing. So.
Yep, exactly. And his team have figured out the same thing, right?
Yeah.
That we need Shock to stand up, so we've got to make some room for him. Although seeing some of this Silaris play is actually quite interesting.
Yeah, to sub out someone of the quality of Goy, and then Silaris come in and not miss a beat. It's a nice.
Yeah,
nice
they
thing
play
to
that
have.
kind of the same role, don't they?
Yeah, they can.
All right, we're seeing Silaris change to a range blaster. We're seeing Shock come out on his N-Zap, staying away from the Nautilus. I don't doubt that he can't do the same job with an N-Zap anyway. You
Definitely
really
not.
see the way he moves around the map.
You should see that they've got a Brawler out there as well. Maybe to control that zone in the middle.
Ooh, lands on a bomb. Luckily, it's his own bomb. N-Zap comes in for the flank. Bob Ghost getting a few shots on him to finish it off. Only a 1v1 at the end there. Oh, Lobster gets taken out by some bombs from Bob Ghost as well. Giving Adelaide... Look at the way Adelaide and Liam moving around together. Shockwave managed to pick one. Liam either has to take that win or back the hell off.
Chooses the ladder. As Shockwave looks to push back through the
And this
bunker.
is deja vu. We're watching Shock use that bunker to jump behind, try and do something, can't see anything, and comes back.
If you can't see Shockwave in front of you, he is flanking.
He is behind you. And especially look at, he's got bog laps. He is driving around the same city, the same town,
no.
just doing drifts.
Force someone to fall in the water as well.
Oh, just the sheer pressure. This is Adelaide for the win, but it looks like that Melbourne might end up taking out this. No? Oh, I love the sound of the direct coming out from Silaris. Playing in the street, a lot of stuff going on. Silaris manages to escape, gets a bomb out to Yoshiko. Yoshiko with the K-Pro, stopping it.
Nice.
Getting a second kill, Booyah coming out. They've already got the zone, trying to find out where that third and fourth player are. Trying to flush them out from behind. And then instantly you saw Liam and Yoshiko converge on the same point just to check it. And that's what Adelaide need to be doing more of if they want to take more games off Melbourne.
So Shockwave coming from the Adelaide spawn. And we're now
what's he doing
accustomed
up
to
there?
seeing. And they've all gone down other than Yosh. So Melbourne in control here and looking to take the lead.
Manages to get out, poke in for a few shots, get out, make sure they have the turf to escape as well.
Sai almost running into that Pentamissile there.
A nice push coming out from Adelaide, managing to get the zone back. They've still got the lead, but they need to hold back Melbourne. Pitt needs to get a few picks from behind, or just control the zone. Rain comes out, which is good. It's going to help out. And Armour as well.
Also trade over there and Pitch is painting up zone. But that Adelaide player, Yosh, is all by herself.
Starting to count down away from the penalty now. Only got 6 more points until we get a Melbourne-sided game. The lead has been taken. Melbourne now in the lead Adelaide have to come back in. That the missiles may have come in a little bit earlier. There was no real backup with anyone else there. Yoshiko's waiting for what looks like a shock.
Yep.
Oh, Yoshiko finding 2. 3. Using the armor. Got to cap the zone. Goes no. Unfortunately gets distracted by shock. But doesn't matter. That's enough. Gets the pick and the team take out the zone.
It's a wipe and Yosh pushing up. Trying to get in position to lock out Melbourne. They've still got a minute left. Big penalty on Melbourne as well. So Adelaide definitely in with a chance here.
They've got to find out. Liam needs to be calling where they're going to come from. Trying to take some shots here while the missiles push them into positions they don't want to be in.
Yeah, they're trying to funnel them through the front here. Shots come out.
Liam trying to take a 2-on-1, turned into a 1v2. It is you, the ambulance is needed.
They need the zone though. The bomb rush comes out. Oh,
They've
Liam
still got
goes
40
down.
seconds. This might not
2
be the
down.
last push.
Oh, but 3 down on Melbourne.
Lobster getting...
Oh, no, sorry, Adelaide.
Okay, and the huge penalty they got to work through, a 51-point penalty they have to work through right now. It's going to take them some time. Either way, we've got one more push. Oh, Liam drops down on Lobster, takes him out. Missiles coming out, finding out where they are.
Yeah, they need the zone back in the last 10 seconds here.
Melbourne's final chance. Liam pushes out. Unfortunately, can't take... Oh, it doesn't matter because I think they've got the zone. They do.
Yeah, we're going to overtime, so Adelaide need to hold on here.
Melbourne don't have a lot of time to get any specials together. They're going to have to use the bomb rush coming out from Lobster there.
Not quite reaching the zone. There, a couple hit there.
That one's down. What have they got next? The rain's going to be coming out onto zone.
And missiles.
Josh
going to booyah.
Trying to counter booyah. It's very close. The booyah managing to repaint the zone. 4 seconds left.
3,
2, 1 point in it.
Oh, they lost the control and Melbourne take it. Oh my gosh. Can't get any closer than that. Oh my god!
What just happened?
I think Pitt got a clutch kill there. The death of Yoshiko also contributing to the paint in the zone.
Saw a great game come out from Shock there. That's what's expected out of the NZAP, that armor assists as well as the kills.
Pitt there had, I think, 10 KA.
Right.
To come second on this team, so nice work, Pitt. But yeah, Melbourne just holding on there in a very close game. But, I mean, Adelaide can take a lot from that. They played well. I mean, it was pretty close all 3 games, really. So... although it's a clean sweep of the splat zones to Melbourne, I don't think Adelaide are out of this match.
No, now we're looking at our next mode. I wonder what they're going to pick. This is Adelaide's pick. I definitely think Tower Control is a good mode for them. I think Rainmaker is a good mode for them. But we'll see what we're actually going to get.
Rainmaker!
And we are pulling out the Rainmaker for this map mode. I think that was a good pick from Revenge. It'd be interesting to see Silaris and how she's going to deal with Rainmaker.
Yep, I think the shooter comp of Adelaide can get those quick pops and get going. Yeah, I mean, I'm hopeful that Adelaide can strike back here in Rainmaker. Like I said, all very close games so far, so there's no reason that they can't take it up to the Maelstrom.
Get a good Maelstrom going.
Yeah, as we see a sub,
and
it looks like Pit Viper has taken a step out and loose goose. The goose is loose.
The goose.
So he hasn't played a game since he dropped 25 in game 9 of their first round match. So I'm looking forward to see if the goose is still loose or if they've managed to cage it in the last couple of weeks. And it looks like we've got Cozy coming in to the Adelaide lineup in place of Biscuit. So they're still thinking that no backline for their Rainmaker, which is what they've run both the last 2 weeks.
I see.
So bans coming through. Melbourne have banned Muscle Forge, and the Revenge have banned Inkblot Art Academy. And so
interesting. After seeing the triple come out and the 25 KA come out from Loose Goose, they
it's not a bad
get
idea.
rid of that. Yep.
And they also it's a good ban because Melbourne have won that both weeks, and then we see Piranha Pit coming out. So I think Melbourne choosing that one there just to help out. They've got maybe do they have more range than with Shock? Maybe if he plays Nautilus, I'm not.
Maybe. I'm interested to see how LG is going to go on PP.
I'm done.
What do you think?
Apart
from being done,
I don't think Goose will play Roller here. I think
it would be a terrible map for a Roller to come out.
Yeah, I think we might see him on a K shot or something like that. But he's just as capable with that.
Capable, like K shot.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you today?
There is so much wrong with me, Checkers.
You're touching people and
people.
You're saying
you make it sound like it's multiple people.
Talked about shooting things.
Cameras, because of Rainbow Six Siege. Oh.
Who's created this monster?
You enable it. You laugh at more jokes than you don't laugh. It is a percentage game, and that's all I'm playing.
Speaking of percentages, you can increase your grade percentage.
On what?
If you study with ATAR support.
Oh, nice segue into our sponsors. Thank you to ATAR support. Any AU players here who are struggling with their ATAR Year 11, Year 12 or want to get their perfect score.
That's right. It's not only about struggling.
It's about getting a competitive score in a competitive landscape.
Doing the best you can.
Right, and we're a competitive game here, and you got to win in all facets of life. You gotta.
I'm not sure if that's the message we should be sending, but
all you do is win, no matter what. So yeah, atarsupport.com. If you want to, they have online revision courses for all ATAR support, all ATAR courses.
Yeah,
most ATAR courses.
So if any of the players need those courses, just put your hands up and they stay there.
And then stay there. Nice. Oh, cheers, Yums for the Nightbot link. There we go. I don't main Ash, okay? I don't like that little peanut head either. That's a Rainbow Six character who has a very small head and very hard to get a headshot. And all they do is rush in and die because they're terrible players. In Splatoon, I'm like that, sure. Look, guys, we're about to get into our next match. It's a PP. It's a Rainmaker Piranha Pit. We have Lobster, Silaris, Shockwave, and Loose Goose coming out for Melbourne. And we have Bob Ghost, Yoshiko, Liam, and Kozzy come out for Adelaide. Now, that is the comp that I want to see from Adelaide, because that right there is the Cerberus.
Yeah.
That is the bunch of mid-range shooters that they find how to get three of them together and they just run around.
And I think Kozzy's CDS here could really come to the forefront and be a big impact on this game.
Going into our gameplay now. Let's get into this game. We have
Nautilus v Nautilus, Yosh and Shock going at it.
Oh, if Yoshiko manages to beat Shock, I'm sure there are some bets and some very bruised egos.
Anything you can do, I can do better, says Yoshiko.
No, you can't.
So we're seeing Goose on CDS.
Loose Goose, yeah.
Seeing Melbourne push this Rainmaker.
Getting it over 50 to begin with. They've already managed to get some picks. Lobster choosing to go for the unsafe push on the far conveyor rather than what Melbourne was setting up in the earlier stage.
The far conveyor moves up though, so you get up that ramp a bit quicker. It was risky play, but it didn't work out for him. And Adelaide just trying to wrestle control.
Ooh, Kozzy drops down into a very unsafe 2v, almost 1v, almost 3. Shockwave cleaning him up and cleaning up.
If they can just run this away from Shock. And might
The
get
drop
pick here.
roller coming out again to protect. Caught Liam off guard again. Cozzy was there to help out. Looks like we're going to see the beginning of an Adelaide push.
We've seen Shock try and drag teams away from objective though, and sometimes you just got to ignore him and just let him go and run your Rainmaker. So he's obviously a big threat as Loose Goose wins the aim battle there with Liam. And helps to pick up another one and the Rainmaker. So Melbourne defense looking strong here. Yosh can't quite get the inkjet shot. Oh, and Adelaide in a lot of trouble now. Goose missing the jump there, but the Rainmaker's coming very quickly as they start to feed in.
Alright, and a 28 push is going to turn into something bigger if Lobster can figure out how to get over the lip. Unfortunately, being peppered with blue ink, manages to get around the side. 13. That is a great score in this map.
Oh, it's lucky for some, unlucky for Adelaide that they have let it get that far. So they try and work their way back through mid. I like the pace that they're playing at. It's the right kind of pace. They just haven't quite secured the picks, but here's a chance now.
And as they paint up and control, Bob instantly retaliating with his own push. They're getting a few stops there. There's still Shock and Silaris behind, but that looks like the end of the push there.
Oh, and Yosh maybe should have taken that fight. Should have got their
Taken out by Shockwave. Yoshiko showing... Oh, yep. Okay, cool.
Get the reset there.
That makes sense.
Shock gonna jump on Liam here. Gets the pick. He's on a tear, as we expect.
Gets a little bit of damage. Scares him off and panic pops his inkjet. Maybe hasn't got all the kills ready, but he just needed to get off the ground and enable his shock roller. That's what I'm calling it now.
Drop roller.
It's a drop roller, but for shock.
Right, yeah, I like it.
Thanks, man.
It's one of the most sensible things you've said all day.
Thanks, Dad.
Melbourne having a go at another push here. Goose trying to get escorted by a Shockwave, but they go down. Gets pushed by Liam, and Bob Ghost, and Adelaide going to have the Rainmaker back in their control.
Instant pop and instant running. Have the three attackers in ahead. They've kind of split up to make sure no one's left, no one's right. Liam managing to take a one-on-one with Shock. That's the expectation flip that we need to see from Adelaide.
3v2, so Adelaide have a chance.
Bob needs to be very careful. He's pushing up into some unsafe territory here. Adelaide need to first get these picks before he pushes up. I understand he's impatient.
Yeah, and Loose Goose getting nice drop off there.
Loose Goose shooting at this incline, making sure it's his colour.
Don't want any sneaky revenges.
Yeah.
The Avengers.
Avengers?
But the Revengers.
Yeah. They should have been the Adelaide Avenge. No, that's a weird name.
Anyway, Adelaide trying to work back through. They got 3 down on Melbourne side. This is their chance to push. They need to go quickly. Yosh up the ramp, down to
going for
16.
a dunk, 16! We're looking at what could have been a complete flip, but instead, Adelaide don't know what to do with themselves. They're trying to get there. Oh, Lobster staying near the end, just going to reset it. Keep it safe. We're looking at our final push here. If Adelaide can get a pop and the first grab, then they'll get one more push. They managed to get a kill on Shock, I'm assuming.
Surely.
That was a lot closer than needed to be. Shock
now
couldn't get the kill.
They've got overtime. They just need to keep this up.
Cozzy, not the usual Rainmaker run here. Missiles coming out. He's got to do a little bit of dancing. You would hate to see him die to that. One missile down. Yoshiko trying to look around for someone.
One down on each side as well.
Yoshiko trying to protect Cozzy. Cozzy has to back off.
Oh, he's in trouble now.
No, Liam's in, trying to get a protection. Oh, beautiful kill on Shock. But how many seconds does Cozzy have left? What is going on? I can't see.
You're going to have to start making a move very quickly.
Okay, alright. The whole strength team is here. Missiles are out. Didn't do anything. What can Adelaide do here? Bombs coming out. Cozzy dodging it. No!
Oh, Shock, I believe, taking them out.
Shock lying in wait on the side there as Cozzy tries to push forward. Some fries!
Another close one, and Melbourne just seem to have this way of eking out these wins. They never look overly convincing as a 20 bomb gets dropped by Shock. Yeah, they're not convincing in their victories, but they just find ways to get it done.
Right. How do you break down Shock? I saw some really good 2v1s there, but he's playing well.
He is playing well. It's not holiday mode for Shock.
No, it's not.
Shock's taking this very seriously. This
Exactly.
is his 9 to 5. He's not on holiday right now.
Right, and his parents were like, make sure you pack. And did you remember everything? Did you bring, your shorts? Did you bring your shirt? Did you bring your team? You've got to carry them too. It's a lot of luggage. He's just destroying. Thanks for letting me work up to that joke. You knew it was coming.
You saw it was coming. As Adelaide surveying the map pool to find out where this comeback starts for them, because it's match point. It's match point for Melbourne here. Could we just have one close match for this weekend? Just one.
Yeah,
Give me one.
Look, I like it. We're not out. We're on to match point now, sure. But Adelaide is certainly not out of this, right?
No, look, if they win the next 2 maps, then it's back to square one.
Right.
And it all comes down to that last set.
Yep.
So they just need to find a way to convert all these opportunities they're creating for themselves. But we move on. We've got our map selection as we see again. Anchovy.
Cool.
Rainmaker.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't seen anything in the map picks. I guess it's hard to tell with Melbourne taking all the games so far. Have you seen anything with the maps that make you think certain maps would have an advantage for either of these teams?
I'm trying to think in my head a team where the Nautilus isn't a good pick, right? And I struggle to find that. And then think about, okay, what else is there? They can not bring out the carbon, right? But as you saw clearly, then Loose Goose has other weapons.
Yeah, I think Goose is going to have to play different weapons when sizing the team. I think.
Sure.
Because I think if you had the carbon and the range blaster, you're then relying on like a lobster to put down a lot of turf.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm struggling to see them both playing their main weapons at the same time.
Yeah.
The range blaster could be helpful for this map, being able to shoot up onto the platforms, like up to the arcade. So we'll see how it goes. No substitutions from Adelaide. And it all looks the same for Melbourne as well. So we're not far away from our next game, which would be match point for Melbourne. Looking to go 3-0 in this league.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to separate themselves and trying to guarantee, that first place spot on the ladder after the regular season takes you straight through to the grand finals. So a massive reward there,
Right.
Which they're obviously hunting. So yeah, we'll see if they can do it and rid themselves of this 3-headed dog that isn't quite barking yet today.
No, quite placid in its dog-like ability to bargain and kill things with 3 heads.
Maybe they're like giving them some smackos or something.
That's it.
Not that we're not sponsored by smackos.
No.
Do not exclamation mark smackos in chat.
Nor anyone is going wacko. Wacko is not in this league at all. We've banned GooTubers.
We wouldn't do something like that.
I wouldn't mind seeing a GooTuber. It'd be a very, very BM pick considering no one plays it.
Yeah.
But look, we're getting into what is match point between Melbourne and Adelaide in the Firetail League.
We see Yosh go into the T-Tech.
Okay, yes, great. This is a good map mode for Yosh, and it's a strong pick. We've seen her destroy Owsy, one of the best T-Techs that AUNZ has.
Yeah, if you ask him, he'll tell you he's the best.
Yeah, right. Just ask him, yeah. Loose Goose coming around, getting double Oh, going for the triple. The duck was nice there, but Liam was clutching out that last kill. Still 2 for Loose Goose.
Yeah, and only Sai left on the Melbourne team, so Adelaide. I think Adelaide need to throw the first punch in this game.
Yes. Oh, Liam.
That could be helpful to do that as Liam finds another one.
Oh, and gets a double tap. There's only one more tap for that. Unfortunately, manages to escape, but Loose Goose gets taken out of this side. This is what we see. Look at them. Look at them converge in the one location. I don't know who's carrying Rainmaker, but they're going to drop down 37. Bob Ghost did a good job of that.
Push, and it's not over. There's still 3 up.
And they're going to get more team there. Ooh, a little bit more.
Nice, adding to the score, down to 21.
Now that is a push. When you say the first punch, that is what Adelaide needed to do, and that's what they just did.
Absolutely. The first one was a little jab, and then they're throwing across and got it down to 21.
Yeah, a big hook.
And Melbourne going to try and come back into
with the uppercut. If we continue this boxing metaphor.
Could be the haymaker, because this would end it for Adelaide if Melbourne win this.
Right.
Looking to rattle the jaw of Adelaide.
Hey, but just as we've found out, everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face. How are Melbourne going to respond to this?
I assume it's going to be more of the same. I guess the benefit of this map is that there's not really a big flank. So they might be able to keep Shock in front of them a bit more, which I think is the key to dealing with him.
Yep. But I definitely think Adelaide's at its best when they're pushing forward towards an objective.
Yeah.
Right? So we'll see if they can actually hold on for another 2 minutes and 45 seconds, or if they're just going to rely on getting kills and being aggressive with that Rainmaker to keep the lead.
Yeah, and it seems like it's a bit of a standoff here at the moment. The Rainmaker's gone down, I'm not sure who to, but Liam gets a pick and it's 2 down on Melbourne. Adelaide working back into mid. Yeah, just a bit of a lull.
Yeah.
2 teams stand across the ditch and shoot at each other. This Rainmaker looks like it's going to reset.
Liam finding a way out, just wanting to hold. Oh, figured if he threw his body at the Rainmaker, maybe it would pop it faster. Bob goes coming out with the armor and being a little aggressive on Arcade. There's 3 up on there, but notice that Adelaide's got 2 different directions.
Nice inkjet from Goose there.
Loose Goose and Sai all managing to stay alive. Shockwave deciding to pair off with Goose, knowing what's good. Oh, and instantly as we swap down to the Rainmaker, we see 3 of them drop down, 2 of them drop down to a bomb, a well-placed defensive bomb from Melbourne.
Yeah, and they spotted someone else there and take down Bob. So this might be Melbourne's chance.
Oh, Loose Goose pulling out the kill on Liam.
So Goose having a nice game here, up to 10 KA.
T-Tech is much more comfortable than CDS. I think CDS is a great meta pick and it serves a role, but it's not Goose.
No, he's an aggressive player here.
He's quite tame.
Picks up Yosh again.
Yeah, good kill from Loose. Great movement. That's going to be 3 down. Goose needs to find someone behind. Liam gets a good pick from window.
It's down to a minute and Adelaide looking the goods so far. I think Liam saw someone there.
Yeah, and I don't think.
Well, I think I saw someone there. I don't know if Liam saw someone there.
I don't think Adelaide need to push anymore. They've now successfully waited 2 minutes off from when we called it out last time, right? So now is a real defensive mode.
Yeah.
21 is looking like it's going to be their final push.
Yep, they need to stay
it's
alive.
The score
here.
to beat.
Oh, just
that's it, and that's what Silaris is so good at, is keeping people just out of range as the indirects take him out.
2 down.
Coming in for this final push as Melbourne work out together. Loose going down directly in front. Look at their positioning. Great. Yosh is trying to get through herself with the Rainmaker as a last-ditch effort. This is what we're going to see being the end.
They just need to lob those bombs. Get their teammates back in. They're 4 up, so they
Rain coming back out. 29, 27, and a drop. Stop.
Ooh, huge
Adelaide.
win for Adelaide. Huge win. They're still in this.
That was about to be the last game.
That was about to be it.
Far out. All I want to do is curse profanities. What a great game from Adelaide.
Liam stepping up there.
Exactly.
11 KA.
Look at that. He had an amazing game. I hope when he's using those missiles, he's giving away directions to the team, because it seems like it would just be the all-round package if he was doing that, if he was delivering that.
So we see a bit of orange on the scoreboard.
Woo-wee!
Could this be... I mean, Melbourne got that almost reverse sweep. I don't know if you count it.
Yeah.
But they got that reverse sweep last week against New Zealand. Could they be getting a taste of their own medicine as Adelaide picks that up? So if Adelaide wins the next game, we go into the third set. It's back to evens, basically. We could have not played the first two sets and just done it in one. If Melbourne wins, obviously they're still a match point. So another very crucial game here.
Right. Adelaide will get some breathing room if they just win this next match. That means that they can go into another set and then they can worry about winning the two games there. They're allowed to drop one more game if they can win this next one.
Exactly.
You could say Adelaide got their revenge. Yes, you could. I wish I thought of that first.
Yeah, these guys should be on commentary.
I know, right? I need like a pun stream where people just deliver their puns to me so I can just rattle them off on stream as we go through. I don't see anyone excited for that idea.
No, not getting much.
It's almost like my puns aren't as good as I think they are.
Yeah, almost. So, Rainmaker, Wahoo World. We've gotten distracted and we haven't put the map up, but it's Wahoo World.
It's Wahoo World. Yeah.
Wahoo.
Wahoo. Oh, we both had our own different Wahoos. Where were you going with that?
I don't know. I just let it come out of my mouth.
Wow.
Here
now,
we go.
As you continue to let things out your mouth, tell us about what's going on.
Similar comp there from Adelaide. Well, both teams really. Just see who can execute best, I guess.
Ooh, little rhyme. Lobster getting 4 in his missiles here. This map, I feel, is a real stalemate until either someone can get into the centre or a pick starts, because it's very difficult to get to the Rainmaker and start a push.
It is a slow start, isn't it? But 2 go down on the Adelaide side. Bob Goat's doing his best to keep them at bay.
Lobster finding a way. Can he make it across the other side, or is he just going to help teammates out?
Yeah, Melbourne were unable to capitalise on that 2-down situation. So Adelaide going to come at them.
As soon as Lobster picks that up, Adelaide just activated. Look at this. That is a quad wipe. A rain came out. Lob had nowhere to go.
Cozzy picks up, Liam goes forward, sends his missiles out.
And try to make him as short range as possible. And this, we see the oppressiveness of a long range blaster. A blast from Silaris just stops them in their tracks. I was expecting at least one bag from Silaris. But they're on the back end. You know, they have to actually get back their victory first.
Yeah, I think... you don't want to bag when you're this far down at the moment, so... Plenty of time for bags to come out.
Right.
Goose is going to pick up and...
Liam trying to back off here. Plenty of missiles on him. And has the entirety of the Melbourne team looking at him. He's been dropped. As Yoshiko tries to find a way in. An Inkjet might be a good answer, but against a long-range blaster, has to be very careful.
Jump in danger there as well. Goose trying to work out which way they're going to go.
Ooh, Silaris coming out with Burst Bomb in your face. Oh, this is dangerous spot for Silaris because they're all in a choke point.
They need to get stopped on that Rainmaker.
At 30 points,
they
Goose.
can get lead here.
Yeah, they could. I think lead is very important. There it is.
They might be able to do more than that. They're still 3 down. Oh, it's just Shock and his Inkjet. Oh, but picks up Liam.
And the Shock Roller's going to get him to the side. No, he wasn't
they got
running
the jump.
it.
They got the jump, but they didn't get Shock. Is that right? Yeah, that's right.
Right. You're right. Okay.
They got the jump in. Shock manages to escape. Classic baiting tactics there.
You need a team with drop rollers.
Yeah, didn't have Ingama, but had a meat shield.
works just as fine. Oh, Silaris just doesn't worry about aiming, but worries about blocking area, right? Oh
Nice
my
direct.
goodness! Silaris! Oh. I love the drop down to the 180 flick into a direct. Beautiful. Well done, Si.
Just picks up another in the mid there, getting Yosh. So Melbourne in control here, but still plenty of time for Adelaide to come back, as they have in most other games.
Shockwave down now. Looks like the beginning of what will be a push. Bob is down. That's Loose Goose. Loose Goose and Shockwave both down. They're going to start their push. Unfortunately, on the uninkable as the missiles come down. Changes their route a little bit.
They need to get up in front of the Rainmaker, because otherwise Sai's just going to have shots at it.
Right. There we go. Bob goes trying to get a few shots on Shock. Enough. Oh, but a stop. Silaris with this. Oh, goodness. They have family, Sai.
It's just an awkward map. It's an awkward map to push when you've got a range blaster there.
Right.
She can just sit back in that one spot and hit either path for them to come up, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So someone has the needs to get bombs in there and stop, maybe some displacement with Liam's missiles. Liam is required to be alive as Shockwave takes Liam out.
Yeah, and it's gone 3 down. So Lobster falling there.
Yeah, doesn't
It's gonna
matter.
take a long way around.
He's got all the time in the world to get set back up. Really, Melbourne can stall this out for 15 seconds, and that will be match point.
Yep, and
So Adelaide needs to do something drastic if they want to get this stop, pick it up, and take the lead.
Yeah, I think it might be too late as Lobster just starts to retreat. We're not even seeing any Adelaide players near them. Here they come, but I think it's too late. Yep.
And that is an absolute domination coming out from Melbourne.
Yeah, Melbourne
Clearly
takes the
showing
match.
why they're the best in the league.
Yeah. Yep, solidifying their spot on top of the ladder there.
16!
Sai having a nice game there, stepping up on defense. But yeah, looking like a very red scoreboard, unfortunately for Adelaide.
Round 3, halfway through the season, the official hump day of the season is where we see the teams differentiate between the top 3 teams and the bottom 3 teams.
Yeah, and so it's looking like Melbourne, Brisbane and Sydney looking like the 3 teams that are starting to come and separate from the pack. Although we did see a lot of good play out of Adelaide in the first 2 rounds. So.
Yep. And it's unfortunate that Ladius had other commitments, couldn't make it to this round. It is unfortunate, but you know that's why we gave you 6 players. That's why each team has 6 players.
That's right.
To work around that. So Brisbane is number 1. Yes, Alzy. No, you're not. You're
Melbourne's
second.
won all their games, whereas you guys got stomped by Adelaide.
You guys got stomped, Alzy.
Stomped.
Oh, yeah.
Completely stomped. So we're going into our final match here. We've got one more round here of where we can see Melbourne take out another 3, or Adelaide can come and get that set back and make sure that they're the top of the bottom 3. So our next mode has actually made its way in, and we are going to be watching
Tower control.
some tower control.
Tower control.
It's unfortunate we don't get to hear the sound on our
Yeah.
end, so I'm just going to play
I
it.
always wanted to say it.
Yeah, I know. So I will just help us out, and
Tower control.
Oh.
I have that on back. So
Climb blitz.
we can just no. Okay, sorry guys.
Tower
It's
control.
definitely tower control.
So tower control, we're seeing some bans come through. Melbourne have banned Port Mackerel. Seems to be a popular ban for tower control here. And Adelaide have banned Mako Mart.
So, what do Adelaide need to do to win?
Tower control.
Because I think Melbourne's really good at,
Tower control.
but there is certain, comps that may not work when they have Goy versus when they have Silaris. I think Silaris is actually a very good contribution to their
Tower control.
team.
I'm not enjoying this. Do you want me to answer your question or do you just want to hit the button?
Tower control.
Alright.
So, yes, no, I think Silaris. I just did a nah on stream. I think Silaris is definitely going to change the way tower control is played with Melbourne. Goy is usually quite good at it, but I think the midline coming out from this range blaster is going to be hard to push through again.
Yeah, we see with tower control coming in, so do our backliners with Pit Viper and Biscuit checking back into the game. So on Adelaide, we'll have Yoshiko, Liam, Cozzy, and Biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
And on Melbourne, Silaris, Shockwave, Loose Goose, and Pit Viper.
Ooh, the Goose is about to be let on the loose. This is a carbon roller map and mode if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I just don't know if they'll let him play it. But maybe, considering they won the match, we're going to inkblot tower control, so we can update on that on the screen. I'm readied up. Everyone else is readied up except Pity Witty, who I'm sure will join us soon.
And we have our teammates in chat, Owsy and Low, saying that they have to play with us and are looking for a team now. I apologise, checkers. I think that's my fault.
Oh yeah, no, that's 100% your fault. That's all right.
It's all right.
We can rebuild.
Make our own Firetail team.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sounds good, guys.
We'll just do stand up instead of.
Yeah, that'll go.
playing
That'll
games.
go great, won't it? Our stand-up routine. Far out.
The maps that were banned were Port Mackerel and Macomart.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah. Yep. Good point. All right, so we're getting into tower control. This is our final set of today, guys. Where, Melbourne Maelstrom have already won, but everything is super important.
Yosh with the mirror pick using the Grim range.
Yosh is whipping out a Grim range to show how it's done. Let's see if Yosh can have the same. Oh, already been taken out.
By Silaris, so
Oh,
maybe taking some offense to that.
yeah. Hey, that would make me stronger if someone picked Clapples to match me. That's the thing with the mirror match. It's not about being as good as them. It's about being better.
That's right.
Yeah.
So Goose just sharking down there, and who is on the roller.
He is trying to find a way through
Somehow
three
still
people.
alive.
They managed to get a stop. Shockwave hopping off the tower. Yoshiko dying down again to what looked like Silaris. Realizing that this pick may not have been the best, even if for a bit of a giggle. There's nothing giggling about dying on stream. Much like the Clash Blaster pick coming out of our last. But I actually love that the quality of this league means that if you try and pick something that's out of your comfort zone, you're going to get punished.
Yeah, I mean, just starting to get going now. Just got a couple more splats and putting pressure on Pit, who
Who's jumped out? Yep.
So they're going to get this checkpoint, and they need to put the gap between the tower and the spawn.
Mm-hmm.
But Pit is just.
This is where we
towards the tower.
see a team like Brisbane hold that platform comp so that tower can freely roll in. Unfortunately, not able to be executed here by Adelaide.
And we saw them get to the exact same score, but no further, as they would get pushed back to 57. Melbourne still in the lead. Missiles come out from Sai.
Just holding that tower there, doesn't want it to go any further ahead. And missiles now coming out. All 10 missiles from from Yoshiko's going straight towards their range blaster.
Shot getting taken out, and Liam. I don't know if that was a bag or just swing dashing away, but
Yep.
I hope it was a bag.
The world's fastest splat dash if it was.
Oh, there's a bomb there. There's a
Liam,
bomb there.
Don't go up there. There was a bomb. Holy bajoli. He's gone. He's taken out.
Josh finding some splats, but the armor's going to help out Melbourne. I'd just like to see Josh be more aggressive on a shooter. So Melbourne moving this towards the checkpoint, Pit going down, Biscuit putting good pressure on the tower. Goose is going to get him, and Sai going to jump back on tower, but they haven't quite got control of the plat here.
But they do have the lead, so anything here is gravy. As a minute 30 comes in, and Adelaide are going to need to do something pretty big if they want to even push past 50, because it seems like what Melbourne's doing is working.
Yeah, and Shock and Goose lying in wait for these Adelaide players to come out.
Goose trying to take a 3-on-1. Watching Biscuit, Cozzy and Liam work together. That's why Adelaide is that's what makes them good, but we're just not seeing it, or we're seeing it being picked apart.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been picked apart by those flanks of Shock. And the range blaster.
The range blaster, yeah, getting indirects on multiple people at once, yeah.
That's the thing, isn't it? With bombs and blasts all become quite an issue. If you're
it's no longer shooter v shooter, yeah.
Biscuit doing a good job of riding the tower and going to take the lead here.
Oh wow,
managed the checkpoint, and Cozzy doing work up the top.
Well done, Coz. Unfortunately not enough, but is enough of a distraction to hit 20, which is a pretty good push. Biscuit still pole dancing. Shockwave getting the stop there as missiles come out and taking out Yoshiko as well. And Liam was doing a dance around in the last 20 seconds, pretty confident. Oh, great. We're going to see one final push come out from Melbourne, and let's see if they can beat it, and let's see if Liam was bagging in vain.
Yeah. I know that Shock and Liam seem to be friendly outside of the game, so maybe it's just
bag buddies. Shockwave getting the first pick there. No, not bag buddies.
I didn't like the term bag buddies.
Why can't they be bag buddies? They're feeding onto the tower now. Liam behind him getting a double. Looking for the triple. Goose trying everything he can, and they get the stop there. That's Adelaide's game for Inkblot Art Academy. And we want to see Adelaide take this final thing as a kind of revenge at the end. Mind the pun. Mind the pun. Wasn't intentional. Look at there. Cozzy on the 18 bomb. Liam on the 16 bomb.
Yeah, all in double digits.
Yeah. There was a slogfest of a game.
Did a really good job there of moving the tower forward, but it was supported by Cozzy. So, yeah. Look, they've taken a game, and they're only one more win away from a set win.
Yep.
Which, very important, goes towards their score. So
it does. Yes, it does.
Every game matters. Obviously, wins are the most important thing.
Right, and only the winners of the league get to keep their jerseys. Everyone else has to return theirs. So, you know, you got to be... Could you imagine?
We just burn them. Big bonfire.
Oh, great. Well, yeah, we'll resell them. Milana's already wanting to take the losers' jerseys, so maybe they have some resale value.
Maybe.
Burn them on stream. Let the stream vote. That there is like a hive mind of people who just want to watch the world burn. Whatever entertainment is to them, they just want that to happen. Oh, I love it. Auction off signed jerseys. I love these ideas coming through. Milana, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining. Your presence, we are humbled. So thank you. Cackle is willing to pay $1,000 to see Alzies burn. I'm going to up that. I'll pay $2,000 to see it, as long as I get to burn it myself.
Who are you paying?
I don't know, myself.
Me?
You?
Because I'm
us.
Like, Alzi, send that back and we'll go halves.
It's not you and me, it's us, alright? Have we not figured that out already?
Yeah, husband and husband, I know. God, you're always telling me this.
Someone then pointed out that I called you Dad earlier on as well.
Did
so,
you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you were lecturing me,
Husband, Dad.
so I said thanks, Dad. Yeah. We're getting into our next match, guys, with a map that we haven't seen in any of the games played today. It's Anchovy. Once again, Anchovy is a common pick, it seems like, and I love the map personally. 2 tiers on this map. And I think this is going to be another Adelaide showdown as well.
Yeah, there's only so much you can say about one map, and we've said it all already. So
Watch our previous.
We'll just keep hanging out with chat, I reckon.
Yeah. So we're just going to cut to some.
Oh, thank goodness they've all readied up and you can stop listening to us.
They called us Chembo, and I don't like that.
Chambo.
I don't like Chembo.
I like that I'm first.
Yeah, you're on top.
Otherwise it's like Rambeckers, and I don't know if that works.
Ooh, Rambeckers. Sounds exotic.
Here we go. Can Adelaide take the last set, or will it be a clean sweep for Melbourne?
Yep, and now we're not seeing a lot of difference come out of the comp. The range blaster from Yoshiko, she is determined to prove that was a good choice.
The slow bag was the best one. So sensual.
What?
That was such a sensual bag.
Let's see if we can see.
Oh yeah. Give
nice.
me that.
Coming out from shock. Brilliant. So this push has actually started and we haven't noticed. It looks like it's not going to go far until Adelaide are there to return fire.
Shot taking out Liam.
Liam
Melbourne.
being pushed in. Pip can't see what's going on. He's just throwing bullets up the top and it's working. Liam gets taken down by chip damage there. Now, does Sileris run any sub up? Because it seems like these bombs that she's lobbing have quite distance to them.
Yeah,
Quite a lot of distance.
Good question. Who knows what range blasters run? Not me. Just let it happen. So Shock's got armor here. They've still got their team up, but Adelaide doing a good job of just holding them at bay.
Yeah. Shockwave waiting for his time to pounce. It's going to be soon. Sets up his own assist by running armor. Now, he needs some help here. Oh, see, as he's pushing him...
Oh, nice.
He was pushing them down. I love to see this from a structural side, right? You see him hop over here, but not... he doesn't aggress. He just sits here, and he pushes the team towards the rest of the Melbourneites,
Yep.
who just take him out.
Yeah, great work there by the Melbourne team.
Gives the rest of his team a Maelstrom. Just saying, Loose Goose trying to get a few more picks. Get a great pick on that back line there.
We've lost the plot here on the stream. But if you want us to be serious, keep the games close. Alright? That's what we ask. Melbourne steamrolling their way here.
The final 10 looks like it's going to be the end of the finals. No, it won't be the end of the set. There will still be one more game to see who wins this set.
They just got to jump
But
on.
Loose Goose just wrecked. Rickety wrecked. Just destroyed. Adelaide didn't have a lot to deal with there. Loose Goose was ducking and weaving, and he's on the loose. Look at that. 13 and 11 kills come out to 4-4-2-2. And most importantly, Pitt bringing out donuts, proving he doesn't need to do anything. He just sits on tower.
Yeah, they don't need him.
Brings a big fat 0 to that team.
Why are you pointing that out?
I don't.
That's your friend.
Pitt with the carry, exactly. He pushed the tower and did nothing else.
Yeah. Look, he's like, is it the president, the princess, whatever? They just escorted his carriage to the end.
You call him a Pitzess?
The princess. Yeah, perfect.
No, he did what he needed to do, and the rest of the team didn't allow him to do anything else. We have the winner now of Anchovy going to Melbourne. Thank you for controlling my mouse,
You're
checkers.
welcome. At least it's not your face like you tried to do for me.
You had hair on your face and it wasn't yours.
Well, it could have been mine. What colour was it? Weird colour?
It was weird colour and long.
Oh.
Long. You
Yeah.
have curly hair.
In hindsight,
Yeah.
thank you for taking that off my face. That's weird.
Yep.
What are we we doing? Skipper.
Scapper. Bit of scatting on Skipper.
Skipper Pavilion.
Can you scat?
I'm not gonna scat
Can
on
you
stream.
Can you scat on stream,
No,
please?
I don't know how to scat. I don't know how to do it.
You know how to do it. Everyone knows.
You know
Everyone
how
has
to
a pocket scat.
No one is scatting.
No, I'm not going to do
What are
it.
you like? How old are you?
Old enough to know how to scat.
Is this map not suited for Nautilus?
Is every map not suited for Nautilus?
Well, yeah. I mean, when Shock's playing it, sure.
Right. I think we're going to see it. Unless it would be silly for any team to throw it this game. I still think they're playing seriously, and I think it's just us that have lost the plot.
If they're not playing seriously, they're only cheating themselves.
Right.
Out of potentially going into semi-finals.
And keeping their jerseys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most importantly,
Right.
not getting them burnt.
Melbourne is pretty much guaranteed finals, yes, from this win. Even if they lose the next 2 games, it will make them 3-2, and then they'll still go into a semi-finals. I couldn't imagine them not making the finals.
Look, they're in a very strong position. I haven't done the maths.
Yeah.
I'll do it later.
And he doesn't like to speculate unless he's done the maths.
No, I have to be 100% sure.
Yeah. Otherwise, he's indecisive as all hell until work gets done.
That's not annoying. Come on, guys. We're trying to put on a show here.
We're being professional here. Professional.
So, here we go. Az is going to hit the gameplay screen,
No.
and we're going to get into the last game of the day. Melbourne and Adelaide for set 3 tower control on Skipper Pavilion.
Yep.
So we see Melbourne looking to control mid there.
And Adelaide is green.
Adelaide is
And
green.
Melbourne is orange.
Look, as they trade kills, Biscuit
And-
getting nice pick there on Pit.
Josh thinking the Blaster deserves to stay out there, but maybe we're just going to tweak what Blaster I pick. Let's see how the Prapid does for her.
Yeah, and the tower just destroyed the beacon, hilariously.
It just rolled over it, just said, nah.
Biscuit puts another one down. You saw how much Shockwave was just causing an issue back there. Probably didn't need to take the attention of 3 Adelaide players, but that's the kind of effect that Shock's had today. As
Oh, beautiful as
Nice.
Cozzy rolls away, like a
Blast
CDS
up.
does, leaving traps and bombs and moving around. Cozzy's CDS play has grown throughout just this league. I've seen, oh, beautiful,
Yeah.
the jump, the aim, taking out max range, that range blaster before the range blaster has any chance to hit.
yeah, I think Cozzy's CDS is definitely one of the best in the league. Oh, the Inkjet putting some pressure on.
And now we're going to see Melbourne's first push. 39's pretty good on this map. It's very hard to transition from the bottom level to the next level to the next level on this map. Your team can't get up there fast enough, so you've got to use a combination of specials and bombs and everything
Yeah.
to keep pushing.
But Adelaide have sort of fed in there and gone 3 down again, so they're just coming out of spawn.
The lead is gone. Pitt has brought 5 kills. He's actually top fragging for his team right now, which was the opposite of he saw last match. If anyone saw him where he got 0 kills, where he provided nothing but tower support to the team.
Yep. I stand back could have done the same thing last game.
A pressure, because the tower is just a pressure sensor, right?
Yeah.
You just paint it Melbourne's colours and just put it on the tower, and that was Pitt.
Imagine getting roasted by your teammates. Melbourne moving the tower back through, Sai sitting on that, so range blaster always a danger for Adelaide here.
Yeah, and Yosh is doing a really good job with the range blaster as well. Top fragging right now, along with Liam, on 8 kills.
Biscuit just getting caught between a couple of Melbourneites. Shock doing the business, but Cozzy taking him out.
Ooh, Cozzy trying to get through the chip damage here, manages to survive.
Adelaide just trying to hold on, relentless pressure.
Oh, as soon as you see that indirect hit you get the out. Because if you get hit with that second one, that's game. And that's all that range blasters are trying to do, right? Just trying to fish out that indirect to see if they can get you again.
Yeah, it's all about positioning and knowing where the other team want to be.
Sai, perfect of being out of position, and a little mini bag come out from Cozzy there.
But Cozzy last up again.
Cozzy's staying alive for his team, but unfortunately can't stop 3 sets of bullets flying at him. And Shock doing what Shock does best, squid bagging.
Better than all the kills he's getting, or?
Yeah. Yep. Biscuit showing Pit how to play backline weapons.
Why? What did Pit do to you?
I did nothing. He's such a good guy. He did well. I have a toxic KA behavior that I need to change. He did very good on objective. And Biscuit,
Nice Biscuit.
Along with the rain as well. Unfortunately, Shockwave using both sides, trying another form of disrespect.
Dancing for us.
Oh.
So Adelaide need to get forward and grab this tower. Melbourne pretty happy to sit back and wait for them to come. It's Pit, the sandbag, gets back on the tower.
And let's see what Pit has to offer. So far ticking down, gets a few shots on the side here, perfect, drops back. And that's game. That is the final one taken to Melbourne. And that is a impressive 3-0 come. Can we get Pit in to interview, please?
No, I don't want you to hurt his feelings. He's a good guy, okay?
He is, and Shock getting another 16. Just an impressive display all round from Melbourne. We talk about Shock a lot, but I really think the team and how they work around him is what enables him to do what he does.
Yeah.
So that's another good win coming out from Melbourne.
They've seemed to figure it out. Like I said, they've taken this draft format and worked out exactly what roles everyone has to play. It looks like they're trying to get as many games into Shock as they can, given that he plays when he is on holiday.
Right. Can't even take a day off.
No. So they're taking it seriously, and well, maybe not that last set, but for the most part, they're taking this very seriously and getting the results. So
hey, I mean, you say they weren't taking it seriously. I still saw them play. I mean, they bagged in between kills, but Pitt still brought 0 kills to one of the games, so they're still playing seriously.
I won't stand for this. I won't stand for this destruction of our friend and teammate. He's an angel.
Oh, great.
So,
Pitt, we need him in.
how are we going? I've
Review requested.
yeah, but we didn't get it. We didn't get it. They've given us Pit. He's probably crying. Alright, he's probably crying and upset. He's never gonna speak to you again.
He did a great job, and I want to tell him that when he comes in.
I don't think he's coming in.
Isn't he?
No.
That's Cy and Loose.
Cy and Loose Goose.
Cy and Loose Goose. All right, cool. Let's get in and let's have a chat to these guys.
I should actually warm up my
Oh.
CDS.
Yo, Melbourne, what up?
Yeah.
Congratulations, guys. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, this is the entrance that we've seen from Silaris. We were wondering how the turf was going to work with you, how you're going to work with the squad. You've proved that it's a good weapon and a good comp. How did you work with the team, and how do you make sure that you're always in the right spot with Melbourne?
So with Melbourne, I've played with a lot of them before. Shock and I are good friends. Lobster and I are good friends. Fun fact, we met each other 7 years ago. But
Oh.
didn't know that.
That was fun.
Cool.
Yeah. So I played with a lot of those people in Melbourne before. Like Shock and I, we do international scrims a lot, so I already have that coordination with him.
Right.
And positioning is more about just going where you're going to be able to pressure your opponent most, and where you can safely retreat since you have turf around.
Right. So it's about making sure your team kind of have the turf for you and giving yourself an exit when you need to.
Yeah, if you play with me, the amount of times I would just scream, "Hey, can you please paint my feet?" It's just measurable. But
And
I
Luce,
can confirm it's a lot.
yeah,
Luce, we've seen you swap around to CDS there. Some of the maps not favouring your carbon. What was your reasoning for CDS out of all the weapons that you can play?
Well, basically, since usually I'd go CDS when Lobster went K-Shot, and it's because I hate double K-Shot or like K-Shot T-Tech with a burning passion. Like, I hate it. I just don't. Why do people use it? All I need is one K-Pro and half your team just loses. Why?
Oh, look, it seemed to work out for you guys. You obviously took out the first 2 sets, securing it quickly. So that puts you guys on top. Sai, who are you most scared of going into the finals?
The finals, I'm scared of 2 teams.
Mhm.
I'm scared of Brisbane because the caller of Alzi, Nero, and Murray is just very, very hard to play against as a blaster.
Yeah.
Because of the pressure that comes out from Dynamo and Heavy, you can't really approach either of those safely. Like, with Blaster, you're usually it's a spacing weapon, range blaster. So usually to pick fights, you're gonna want to get a safe space away from, say, the K-Shot or the frontline midline you're fighting.
Yep.
But it's super hard to approach a Dynamo or Heavy because they're gonna outspace you.
Right.
And then I'm also really scared of Sydney. Probably because
Yep.
Skitter and Cookie are 2 of my closest friends.
Mhm.
And I hate bursting that double Julie comp.
Right.
It's so hard. Like, I didn't play week 1 because, one, I need to sub out something. I thought I could play the week after, but it was my birthday. So I was really scared of that double Julie, and of course Giro is a very good K-Shot T-Tech.
Right. So
I don't know.
do you see that through the next few matches when you start versing them that you'll change, maybe bring out your ballpoint, or you adamant that you can stay with your range blaster?
Yeah,
Here's the bait.
I'm not the strongest with other weapons right now. Like, as soon as I started one-tricking range blaster, I kind of just ditched ballpoint. Like,
Sure.
I can still play it. I don't want to, and plus we already have a very strong backline and a very strong flex. New King of AU, 2700 XP.
Yes.
But there's just
all
no
hail
reason.
shock.
Yeah, whole hail shock. If I was going to switch weapon, like you saw, I went to L3 on turf. My L3
Yep.
was very rusty. I haven't slept that much. I was super nervous about today, and I woke up to, I think, about 10 missed calls from Shock.
Yeah. Okay.
With
Well,
your epic like voicemail.
Yeah, my
Well, no,
voicemail.
It's great.
no one was sleeping on you guys to take that victory. That's for sure.
Thank you.
So congratulations, guys, again. Good luck with your next match, and we'll catch up with you guys
Thank
a bit later.
you.
Hey?
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Still waiting
Thanks,
for
guys.
someone to beat 25k though.
Yes.
Looking at you, everybody else in the league.
The top slayer, the golden gun, everyone here, Loose Goose.
Well,
No.
not player, but
It's Oos Goose
The
because he
gauntlet.
does. It's Oos Goose because he doesn't take L's.
He doesn't take L's.
Exactly.
Well, he hasn't taken an L yet, so thank you.
Exactly.
That's
I
been
didn't even have to be here.
Cyrus and Oos Goose because they're L-less.
We
So
ain't taking L's,
Exactly.
boys.
thanks, guys. We'll have a
Thanks
good one.
for
We'll see you
having
later.
us.
Thank you for having us. Still
See
fun.
ya, Firetail.
Bye.
I'm gonna go play Bed Wars with Goose
Sounds
on
good.
Minecraft.
Wait, I didn't consider this.
Yes, you did.
See ya. Awesome.
Play what wars?
Bed Wars?
Yeah, that's not something you say on it too. I'm glad she clarified in Minecraft.
In Minecraft. Right.
Like, I don't know how these teams are celebrating, but that's none of our business.
Everyone to the Bed Wars. All right, me and Liam are going to go celebrate at the Bed Wars after this, checkers. All right, guys, we've been Chembo, and it's been great commentating you guys. We have an awesome week coming up. We've got the breakdown. We've got the play of the week. Hey, by the way,
Oh, play of the week.
play of the week. Play of the week. There you go. Congratulations to Shockwave, just scraping out of the victory, getting the most amount of votes there. Only by 3 votes in the end, so it was very, very close. But Shockwave, you win round 2 play of the week, brought to you by Asus ROG. We have a box of prizes that you and Yoshiko will now have a selection of from Asus that we'll be sending out at the end of the game, end of the season. So congratulations, that was awesome. We're going to get another set of plays to you guys for Monday. We're going to get the FLC analysis breakdown for Tuesday.
Yep.
We'll break over some of these whitewashes, and we'll see. It's been a round of whitewashes, right? It's broken the league apart.
Yep. Absolutely.
And then we'll have our carry the commissioners, which will pick out of the remaining 3 teams.
I think I played all right on Thursday.
You didn't do too bad. I noticed you changed the title to Checkers.
Yeah, Checkies.
Chucky?
We've lost it. Checkers carries the Firetail League. That's
Right.
what we're doing on Thursday.
So we're doing that. We've changed the segment name to suit this one-trick pony. And then we're back on the weekend again for...
3 more games.
3 more games.
Yep, absolutely. Every week. Well, the next 2 weeks.
Right.
And then we've got some other exciting things coming up, like the All-Star game. So we got that break week between regular season and finals, and so that'll be All-Star weekend. You're gonna start to hear a little bit more about that over the next week as we try and organize it.
Where the viewers will get their chance to vote as well.
Yeah.
For who they want to see in the top or the 4v4 for the All-Star game.
Yep.
We'll have some guest commentators.
We hope
Run through when we organise them, and we'll have some. It'll be a fun day of
absolutely. There'll be
some cool stuff.
There is some interesting stuff planned. So look at those eyebrows. Look at them.
I can't do the other one.
Stop.
No, I can't. No, stop. All right, guys. Sponsors. Yes,
Quickly,
thank you very much for everyone just below here. Node 1 for making sure none of us are disconnecting, keeping Australia on the map. We have ATAR support for all your needs as far as ATAR goes, online revision courses. These guys at Asus ROG for the prizes.
Yeah, and the cool headset.
Cool headset that you get for voting.
Well, one person gets.
If
you vote, we don't just send you a headset. That's
right.
How it works.
And then Strutties.
This is still a personal space thing.
For our beautiful jerseys that we have here. So thank you very much for that. They make custom apparel. Thank you guys so much for watching us. We are going to go lose the plot off stream and play some Bed Wars. So...
Please stop.
All right, guys.
See you guys. Thank
Catch you later. Have a good one.